Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is ExxotikGaming and welcome back to another Pixel Gun 3D video. As you all can tell from today's video title, we'll be doing another review. And oh, it's gonna be a good one, because today's video will finally be a review on the mighty Frank Sheepone in the primary section. The coolest little gangster guy with a Tommy gun you can carry around and absolutely destroy enemies with. Now, today's video is going to be awesome, and I hope you're excited. If you are, make sure to leave a like down below, and hey, if you leave a like within the next 5 seconds, I will give you a free Frank Sheepone in real life. Once you leave a like, wait a little bit, because I gotta buy him a plane ticket and fly him out of Chicago where he resides. He'll arrive in your city, get a gun permit, buy a Tommy gun, and he's yours. Just make sure to train him how to shoot a little bit. He tends to have a lazy eye sometimes, and loses accuracy when aiming. Yikes. I'm not responsible for any damages he may do. By the way, guys, this is not a scam. Anyways, with that being said, with all the silliness aside, let's jump into today's video. Going into the armory section and scrolling all the way down to the very bottom of the primary section, just looking at this screen right here, we can see Frank is not playing around. He has one of the highest efficiencies out of any weapon in the primary section and any weapon in general in Pixel Gun 3D, set at 24. Frank has a grade of Epic. His little Tommy gun has a 97 firing rate, 50 capacity, and himself has a 110 mobility for your character. Now, that's what I'm most puzzled about. If you look at our character here, we're holding an entire little guy and a gun on top of that. But he still has only a 10 less mobility than the highly mobile weapons of the primary section like the Casanova and the Secret Forces rifle. I don't know how that works. I would figure Frank would probably more so have something like an 80 mobility, but I'm not really complaining. It's really freaking awesome that he has the mobility that he has. Anyways, with that being said, guys, let's go jump into a close range map here. Close range is pretty good for Frank, although you can go into medium range and you can do just fine as in there as well. I'm leaning towards Coliseum just because Coliseum is pretty chaotic and you can get a lot of kills in a very short amount of time there. So yeah, let's go into Coliseum and let's see how well we actually do. Now what you're going to want to do is avoid some of those one-shot kill area damage weapons, which is why I'd honestly recommend something like Silent School more so than Coliseum, because you are going to have a less likely chance of encountering those people. In Coliseum, it's pretty difficult to avoid one-shot kill weapons, so you're going to have to try your absolute best to avoid those people as much as you can, and if you can, you guys will see you're going to absolutely destroy enemy players in the matches that you go into, just like I will in this video. Frank is an absolute beast of a little guy. I mean, he is a true little gangster there, and he is not messing around. You're going to get so many kills when you use Frank, especially in matches where you can get a lot of headshots. If you can get a lot of headshots, you are set when you use Frank. And there are even items that you can put on top of this to make Frank even more powerful. As you guys will see here, you can equip the headphones if you really wanted to. You can equip this one, the Stormtrooper mask, which actually increases the mobility even more. For your cape, you can actually increase this one right here with the Stormtrooper cape, and then for the boots, you can increase with the Stormtrooper boots. So if you actually have everything maxed out right here, you're like an unstoppable force when you're using Frank. I mean, kills are happening so fast when you're using Frank with all of these things equipped, and he is great. Frank is honestly one of the most powerful primary weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. I remember I did a top 10 primary weapons video not too long ago, about 6 months ago or so in Pixel Gun 3D, and in that video, Frank was high up there on the list, and he still is. Frank, like I said, not playing around, wonderful guy, great guy when you get to know him, and he will destroy people as long as you get along with him. You gotta get along with Frank. You gotta meet the guy, you gotta talk with him, maybe go out to dinner with him, maybe once or twice, grab a drink or so, and you really gotta get to know Frank. You gotta learn how to work with Frank, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. You literally need to know how to use Frank to get the most effective gameplay with him. Frank is a spray and pray type of weapon in Pixel Gun 3D, or at least his Tommy gun is. I keep saying Frank is, but he's not the weapon himself. His Tommy gun is. Frank's Tommy gun is a spray and pray weapon. So if you're somebody who likes the automatic Peacemaker, if you're somebody who likes the Icicle minigun, who likes the minigun pistol, who likes the laser minigun and stuff like that, then you're going to like the Frank Sheepone. You're going to like his Tommy gun. It's going to treat you very well, and you're going to get a lot of kills with those. With Frank here, as you guys can see, the coolest thing about him is the fact that he does not lose any sort of accuracy. No matter how long you hold down that firing button, Frank will have the same level of accuracy throughout the entire time you are firing. From your first shot to your 50th shot, you will have the same level of accuracy, and because of that, even in medium range, you can spray and pray and just devastate the people that you come in contact with. I've gotten a heck of a lot of kills in this match right here, and I'm going up against the overpowered weapons of the game. I'm going up against the anti-hero rifle, I'm going up against the ghost lantern, I'm going up against a lot of the area damage weapon. Heck, I'm going up against the pet dragon, and I'm still, or not the pet dragon, the dragon whistle, and literally the only thing that's destroying me right now is the singular grenade. So, I mean, if you're going up against people like that and you're still able to take them out like smart bullet bazooka users and otherwise, you're going to do very, very well, and he is definitely something that I would recommend you guys to get. Highly recommend you guys to get Frank. He's a great guy, and his gameplay is going to be fantastic. You have to be relatively accurate, just like with every primary weapon in Pixel Gun 3D, but if you can be relatively accurate, you're going to do wonderful when you use Frank. Honestly, the biggest disappointment is just with the entire primary section in general. I really wish the Pixel Gun company watched this video and they actually buffed pretty much all of the weapons in the primary section to this game. Because if you look at all the sections in Pixel Gun 3D, the section that is the least powerful is the primary one, which shouldn't be the case. I mean, you have weapons in the backup section that are a lot more powerful than the primary weapons, and that should not be the case. Those are backup weapons. They literally should be the backup ones, and the primary weapons should be literally your primary weapons. They should be the ones you should be using the most. But when you go into a match, you see people are never using the primary weapons. They are only using the heavy weapons. They are only using the special and the sniper weapons, and it's a little unfortunate. So I really wish the Pixel Gun company would watch this video and actually do something about that and make these weapons more powerful. Frank can be a little bit more powerful. I want Frank to be one of the most powerful little guys in this game. Honestly, Frank should just be able to destroy every single person he comes in contact with, and I don't want the Pixel Gun company to take that out of context. I really do not want them to make Frank overpowered. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean, as you guys can see, Frank still is a fantastic weapon, even in the state that he is right now, and it's great. I mean, wonderful weapon. You're going to get a heck of a lot of kills when you use Frank, and overall, I highly recommend you guys to get Frank. Wonderful guy. Super accurate, super powerful, very fast firing, and I really don't have many complaints about Frank. The only big complaint I have about him is the fact that he doesn't have a scope, but I mean, you're holding another guy with his gun, and it wouldn't make sense if you had a scope. It's not like you're gonna look right past Frank and then have a scope. It's kind of like when people take a selfie, everybody crowds around the camera. It's not like you and Frank are gonna both crowd around the scope and then both try to shoot at the same time, because it's not going to work that way. So it makes sense that Frank doesn't have the scope that he is, and in all honesty, it makes it so Frank does a little bit better in close range matches. It's more specific to close range matches because, in all honesty, we don't have really too many primary weapons in Pixel Gun 3D that really work well in close range. Most of them are medium ranged weapons that are going to work best in like Paradise Resort, for example. You don't have a lot of weapons that are going to work the best in the close range matches, which is what Frank is actually one of those weapons that does. He does work best in close range because he does not have that scope on his weapon. I mean, you can use him perfectly fine in medium range because, as I said before, he's extremely accurate and he will not lose his accuracy. So even in Paradise Resort, if you can manage to get the person to land on those crosshairs, I mean, you're guaranteed to get a kill if that person does not move around too much and end up killing you with a sniper rifle. So yeah, he's a great guy all around, fantastic guy. And if I was to rate Frank's little Tommy gun from 1 to 10, I'd give Frank an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Frank is a really good guy. He has a very powerful little Tommy gun, and I don't know what it is about the Tommy gun because, I mean, I want it. It's a really powerful Tommy gun. I mean, I've shot Tommy guns in real life in the past, and the ones that I have shot are not nearly as powerful as his. They actually jam up a lot because they're not super reliable weapons, at least the ones that I've seen. But, I mean, overall, Tommy guns are always really cool, and I really do enjoy using them. I remember in Red Crucible Firestorm, in Red Crucible 2, one of my favorite guns is called the Mobster in that game, which I actually did gameplay with that weapon in a past video. which I might want to actually link down below in the description if you guys want to see that. If you want to see another Tommy gun-like weapon in a different video game that I played, it actually turned out to be a really good video, and you guys would definitely enjoy that if you like Pixel Gun 3D and you like the Frank Sheepone. But yeah, with that being said, I don't really have much else I need to say here about Frank. Great guy, awesome guy, love him, love his gun. He's a great freaking awesome guy. He's so unique. I remember when Frank came out, everybody was just like, what is this? I want to get this weapon. And a lot of people did, and unfortunately, not too many people actually use Frank too much. So, hey, you guys got to use Frank more often. He's being neglected. I don't want Frank being neglected. It's kind of like the Nokia cell phone or something like that. You know, the Nokia is kind of being neglected now, even though it's literally the strongest cell phone you will ever find in your entire life. So you gotta realize Frank is still a very formidable guy, and if you use Frank, you're going to become a very accurate pixel gun player in general. If you wanted to increase your accuracy over your shots, then Frank is the way to go. Because in all honesty, Frank is like the perfect guy to use to transition over from spray and pray to not spray and pray. Because I have a feeling a majority of the people that first play this game like to use the spray and pray weapons. They're going to like to use something like the automatic Peacemaker or the laser minigun, because those are really the weapons that they can actually get good gameplay with. They don't start off with like the Hellraiser and then get fantastic gameplay with that right at the very beginning, because they're kind of getting used to the controls and they like the spray and pray weapons more. But if you start using Frank, then you're going to find that you are going to start becoming more accurate, because you have that perfect accuracy with Frank, and then eventually you're going to transition over to weapons like the Hellraiser, the Secret Forces rifle, the Casanova, and then you're going to become a non-spray and pray player of Pixel Gun 3D, which is kind of what everybody should try to do in this game. Unfortunately, with a lot of the heavy weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, people have become more of spray and pray weapons users, but I mean, you really want to try to not be that, and you want to try to actually use the skill-based weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. Because in all honesty, pretty much every single weapon in the premium, or the heavy section as it's now called, doesn't really require any skill. If you look at, like, for example, with my solar power cannon, doesn't really require any skill. Ghost Lantern, Smart Bullet Bazooka, pretty much every single area damage weapon doesn't really require much skill. Something that requires accuracy, like this weapon right here, does require skill. Honestly, you look at the Dragon's Breath, that's one of the few weapons that does require skill, because you obviously need accuracy to use that weapon. But, yeah, with that being said, I don't really have much else I need to say. I really hope this video was helpful. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I think I got great gameplay in this video, despite me going up against a lot of ridiculously overpowered weapons in this game. I mean, you look at the kill feed. We have the Smart Bullet Bazooka, we have the Wizard Wand, we have this guy who keeps using these freaking shields, which is just ridiculously difficult to take out. We have the Dragon Whistle over and over and over again. I mean, multiple people are using the Smart Bullet Bazooka. It's just absolute chaos, and we still are holding our own as one of the best players in this match. So, yeah, that's going to happen with you as well. You're going to become one of the best players when you're using Frank, and, yeah, overall, highly recommend you guys to get Frank if you are watching this far. But, yeah, that's basically it. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to leave a like for your own personal Frank Sheepone. Like I just said, guys, if you want to have your own Frank who can protect you and do devastating harm to anybody that is bullying you or trying to break into your house or something like that, well, like I said, Frank, he lives in Chicago. He knows the streets. He's going to, well, destroy anybody that tries to harm you. So, yeah, that's basically it. Make sure to comment down below whatever other weapons you want to see me review next. I have a couple of weapon reviews that I do plan on pre-recording next, and yeah, I have a couple of comparisons as well. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go get one last kill. I don't know how easy it's going to be. Maybe it'll be relatively easy. Okay, maybe it's not going to be that guy, but it should probably be this guy. Hopefully, I'm going to try. He has the big fatality gun, so it might be a little difficult to take him out, but we should be able to, unless somebody takes me out with the Ghost Lantern, which will be a bit of a more difficult task. And there we go. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.